Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we are taking on the Kadaj Shinryu fight, and I am going to have two runs of this because there was a Shinryu co-op, so I did do a different team on the co-op. So this is going to be my first run, and this is going to be my typical, like, bring the featured character to get the reward. This is actually like a full boosted team right here, so full boosted and full force enhanced 50, so this is probably a bit of an overkill team, but yeah, we're bringing Rosa, Kadaj, and Kadaj. This is also just a really good example of, like, you don't have to just use Kadaj on an off-turn setup. Like, you can just bring her on a team and she's going to do really good things, right? Like, party-wide evasion is never a bad thing. Now, the other thing you're going to notice is we started at 50% force gauge because we are running a full boosted team. So we can really just ramp and get into this very quick. And then my thought here is let's just feature Kadaj and let his damage kind of go through and go crazy, right? Now, my second run that I'm going to put up tomorrow, that one I did something kind of fun because what I noticed with this fight is, one, the bosses can be kind of aggressive and they do a lot of all attacks. So I thought, let's try to do Kadaj and Kelger on the same team. So my other video is a full off-turn team with Kelger, Kadaj, and Core. And that team tears it up pretty good too. So we got a couple of really nice clean runs here to show you. So look forward to that one tomorrow. So yeah, with Kadaj, we're like, let's just get the BT effect up now. We're at 72% already. So we might as well get our BT set up. And then the nice thing is between Rosa and Kadaj, we've got two force chargers there, right? So we got plenty of ways to ramp up and go into whatever force I want to go into here. And I'm pretty sure this is another example of me just showing off how good Rosa is with the generic FR, right? Because it's like, you know, in this type of setup, I don't know that I want to use Kadaj here because I'm doing more of an aggressive setup where I want to be more offensive with Kadaj. But I like Kadaj on the team for her defensive capabilities. But I don't know that her FR would be the best one to carry. And then I could do Kadaj's FR, but then I don't know how well like Kadaj is going to fill that condition. So this is where Rosa comes in, where like you're really free on team building, and then just let Rosa be the FR because everybody's going to hit it. So it's one of the reasons I've kind of pushed Rosa quite a bit, is her FR condition is just so good. Even without doing the Aerith combo for like the heavy ramp, just knowing that you've got one, or just a really good support character, and two, that has an FR that you know will just work with everybody. Like, it's just so free. It's too good not to use. All right, so we're at 100%. So Kadaj, I believe, is just going to pass turn here with an attack. Yeah, we'll do the Blizzard ROK, make sure that we got the lock on. And then we got the nice landmine traps as well. And then we're going to have Rosa go through, and Rosa is going to do her FR. And then now we know everybody in the party is going to be good with that. And we beat the enemies to their force pretty easily because we started at 50%. So without that 50% bump, though, they would ramp pretty quick to us. So getting that extra bump does help. All right, so here we go. Force time. And yeah, at this point, I think we got all the BT effects up and everything, so we're like good to go. Although I might not have put Kadaj's BT. Oh no, I do. Yeah, I got all the BTs up. Yeah, we're good. So we're doing all the dodge stuff. Everybody's going to be getting the Kadaj follow-ups now, right? Provided we've got the fixation 5 down. So yeah, we're just going to dodge out now because we got Kadaj rolling, and we're going to the big fat heavy counters. Like, yeah, Kadaj's so good. Yeah, I've been trying to, so I'm currently on Yellow Crystal Quest, and I'm not going to lie, like, even with, like, all the characters I have, like, Yellow is still feeling like a struggle to me. Kadaj is definitely carrying Yellow right now, because when I look at damage dealers, it's, like, Tifa and Noel, and, like, I did do a run with Tifa, and I'm really upset, because I beat it in 39 turns, not realizing how restrictive the turn count is. It's only 35, and I could have had that fight done in 35 because I ended without even using my burst phase. So I feel really dumb about that one, so I have to, like, redo it. But, like, Tifa's damage has fallen off so much, especially when you're doing a Crystal Quest where they have, like, all that HP. Tifa, like, this is the first time in a very long time where Tifa's actually starting to feel kind of weak to me. So, yeah, between Tifa and Noel, or, you know, I've considered maybe doing, like, Kadaj solo would be really good, but the fight I have, I need to cancel the FR and I have to have melee. So I've been trying to do, like, a Kadaj Bart's duo team, trying to sneak by with that. I think that could work, too. So we'll see. I'll eventually get that Crystal Quest finished off. But here we go. We're getting into our, you know, a little bit deeper into Force now. Rosa popping off some big damage. Yeah, and then, yeah, the follow-ups from Kadaj are so strong. So strong. And then we're getting all the, you know, the extra BT attack for Rosa as well. I mean, that's a lot of damage right there. And then double counters. Like, we're just getting extra everything with all of these BT effects. You know, Cater's double countering. Rosa's got an extra follow-up. Kadaj is adding extra follow-ups to everybody. And then he's got a double follow-up on his turn. So here, let's drop a Burial Hour down. And then, yeah, I think we have both enemies at Fixation 5 at this point. And then, sure, we'll just take the double traps right there, looking pretty good. Cater's got a FR. Yeah, this is one where, like, I don't think even come close to using the full force time. I think we still have like half of our force by the time this fight is over. So yeah, this fight really didn't seem that bad at all. Of course, we're using 100% what they want us to use. We got a full boosted team here. But it's kind of nice, like, in this kind of set where, like, Cater's kind of featured. We know dodge is going to work. So if you're, like, a Kelger fan, Kelger's definitely going to come into play and work really well in these fights, which I am going to show in my video tomorrow. It's kind of fun, like, and you see the enemies, like, you know, there is a single attack here and there, but, like, typically every turn, one of the enemies is doing some type of all attack. So, yeah, if you have all attacks, you can mix tanks that want to get hit or targeted. And things get really crazy when that happens, for sure. But, yeah. Big fat misses there and then double counters. Cater's just like she's so my type of character. And this is showing you right here, right? Like, we're not doing anything different than a normal fight. Like, Cater's just naturally doing all of this insanity. And we're not like dressing her up with like a full defense team. We're not doing Reno to like delay her back or anything. Like, we're just doing things like normal. Now, here we go. We're going to go into the Kadaj burst phase at 700%. And Kadaj is just going to deal a ton of damage here. So, yeah, 25 mil, and then another 13 mil on top of that. And once again, we're not even at max gauge, and we're not even doing launching at this point. We don't have other follow-ups with him. So this is pretty much just Kadaj, like with BT effects up. Just pushing through some big damage. So, yeah, 30, followed by 15. So he just did 45 there pretty casually. Still not at max gauge. So yeah, actually, I think we do end up going through the full force time, but I think we get him in retain here. Because I decided to go into a burst phase. Had I decided not to go into a burst phase, we maybe could have just extended it out with more echo, but this is fine. I mean, Kadaj is burning through him pretty quick. You know, he's at pretty much a max gauge at this point. And we still have the FR to use, and we still have another LD to use. So here's the LD at 955. And once again, double follow-ups, just huge damage. Yeah, 43 mil, and then another 15. Man, why do they have to make me do math? I don't know why, like, they don't just show you the number after all of it goes. It's kind of weird. They give you the attack with the first follow-up and then combine it. And then for some reason, they make the second one completely separate. It'd be nice if they just added it all together. But it's fine. I can do a little bit of math. My math says that was good damage. Good damage. That's the math I'm going to give you on that one. All right, there's our boy Xande, whose name I could not remember for the life of me during the character guide. Yeah, the other thing on the character guide, I guess I could make a correction on there. Yeah, I think we're about to finish, actually. We're doing so much damage. You know, during the BT phase of Xande's character guide, like, Vice wasn't following up, so I had let his buff fall off. So, like, Kadaj with as much damage as he was doing would have been even more had we had Vice's follow-ups going there, right? You know what? Kadaj probably deserves a damage test, huh? I probably got to do that. Maybe I'll get that. Maybe I'll record it today, but put it out later this week. But yeah, I think we need a Kadaj damage test. Because my boy's putting out some numbers, and I did fully max them out. So I think maybe I fully maxed them out for a reason. Do a damage test. See, I might have to get that one recorded. That'll be, because I'm actually personally curious. Like, what kind of burst phase am I going to put up? I'm going to have to really think about the team comp I used to. And then the other thing that, you know, you can do with Kadaj that maybe I didn't emphasize, but I think people would understand it based on his kit. But, you know, I really talked about Kadaj as the main damage dealer doing a burst phase just like what we did here. And he's very powerful in that role. But you can also use Kadaj as like a third slot complementary character just for the debuffs and everything. And then remember, with this BT effect up, with the rest of the party getting follow-ups, you could operate a different character's BT, and then Kadaj will give the follow-ups during that. So for example, and of course 20% battery warning, why not? So let's say you want to use Astos and Kadaj together. You could totally do that. Have Kadaj's BT effect up, but then Astos go through his burst phase. Then you're getting Kadaj's very powerful follow-ups along with Astos's crazy damage. So that's definitely like the other way you can use Kadaj. And I think that's what gives Kadaj a little bit more longevity, is you're not just depending on him as your main DPS. You can just use him as another off-turn, supplementary character, and he definitely works great in that aspect too. All right, so we did get it done in one force. We did have to go down to the final turn. But once again, that's pretty good, because these bosses, being that it's Kadaj's fight, they made them pretty tanky. And we put a lot of damage through. So anyways, guys, there you go. That's my first run on the Kadaj Shinryu. Look forward tomorrow to a Kelgar run. And then maybe the day after that, we'll put down a damage test on my boy Kadaj. So let me know what you think of this guy. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.